Yes, yes.
Yo, we back, baby. We live, baby. We live.
Welcome to the Sophisticated Brothers podcast.
Look at that. This has some nice legs on it.
Let's take an early episode.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
To the bros.
Yes, to the brothers, to the brothers.
To the scholars as well.
Absolutely, to the scholars.
Oh, also to Bravery Studios.
Bravery up.
You already know. Shout out Marv all day, every day.
Yes, sir.
Feel me?
But Dante, how you feeling today?
Brother, I'm good. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't 100%, but I'm on the right side of the 90, so I'm good. I'm like at 90, 95. You know, I got some ups and downs. The most annoying part about the ups and downs, though, is my birthday's on Friday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And
Dante turning 45.
This guy, bro. Nah, bro. Yo, I don't know what to call this. I've been calling it my magic year, but people say, yo, you can't say that. But why? Yo, like magic, you know? But
Magic ain't what, 33, did he?
Yeah, he did. No, he won 32.
So this your Pippen year.
That's what I say. It's my Pippen year.
It's your Grant Hill
Then
year.
people try to tell me it's my Bird year. No, I don't want that. They try to tell me it's my Jesus year. I can't fight that one. It's like, all right, I'll take it if you say it. But I call it my Pippen year. I'm about to be 33 this year. So it's one of those where, like, as you get closer to your birthday, everything that can kind of start annoying you starts annoying you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm good, though. Overall, I'm chilling. I'm good. I'm above the ground. You already know my saying, bro.
Yes,
Any day above the ground is a good day. You know why? It's another day to do something different. You know what I'm saying?
So you had a show on over the weekend.
I did. Shout me out. Yo, that show was amazing. Shout out to everybody that came out to the show. Absolutely. It was a show that I was in called Among the Baggage. I played a character called Deacon Mark.
He was a suitcase?
Yes. I knew you was going. I thought you was going to say something about like the airport or something like that. Like, yo, you was at Gate 5 or something. I can't stand you, bro. But yeah. So shout out actually my boys over at Get Right Entertainment, Kareem and Tony. We probably going to end up having them on the show, Sean, because they want to talk about some more of their work.
Ooh, yes.
I do a lot of work with them. Among the Baggage is one. The 25th of March, I'm actually playing Moses.
Oh,
yeah,
you back to Moses.
Yeah, I'm actually playing Moses.
Yes,
we're doing a lot of the biblical stories from the black side because, you know, they always talk about, you know, certain characters in the Bible was a different complexion. But, you know, I'm playing Moses, one of the most prolific brothers in the Bible. That's on the 25th. On the 8th, I'm playing in another one called Now I See. I'm playing the father figure. This is another biblical story about the time about what was going on when Jesus was getting crucified. The actual, like, story behind it. The black family that was involved with it, not necessarily the family from the scripture itself, but like one of the families. So that's April 8th. All of this is going to be held at the Loft, 350 Pleasant Way Avenue. If you're interested in joining in, tell your friends, tell your other friends, and tell your friends' friends to
tell
come on through.
Grandmama.
Come on through.
All her bingo friends.
And that IG y'all can follow is Get Right Entertainment, GET, right like you writing something, WRITEENT. You can follow them. That's where the page is going to be. You can find where all that stuff is going to be happening. Like I said, March and April is going down. But that's enough about me, bro. You know I do my thing.
Yes,
but that's my weekend was great. I ain't gonna lie. Saturday was show day. Bro, I love show day. But it's a love-hate thing. Because you practice and you do everything you need to do right before show, and then the show happens in one day, and it's like, damn.
It's over.
I want to go back, man.
That's good, though. That keeps you driving.
I love the craft, bro. I love the craft. But my weekend was cool. I'm chilling. Sean, how you, bro?
I mean, I'm good. I told you when I got
sophisticated.
We used to talk about it again since I'm a citizen of the world now. Every week I'm bringing it up.
Annoyance.
But so, you know, I don't have. I'm not complaining about anything, man. Life is life. You know, from the things I've spoken on previous episodes, for what I've been through to where I'm at now, bro. I'm Gucci.
Listen. Progression is the key, bro.
And I'm officially team Hufflepuff. Don't play with me. What is it? Leviosa.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Don't fuck with me. I'll pull my wand out. I ain't got it with me, but I keep a wand on me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me now.
That AK-47 wand, bro?
Yeah,
bro. Out there with the spells like... They'll
start...
We got him.
What's the killing spell?
I don't watch enough Harry Potter, bro. All I know is Wingardium Leviosa,
I'm
bro.
a fake fan, bro.
That's all I got.
I watch fucking Harry Potter all the time. I'm a fake fan. It's escaped me. It's this wine. We gonna blame it on. But
that's enough about us, though.
Listen, as you see, we do have a guest. Mister, you willing to introduce yourself?
Man, it's a pleasure to be on the show, fellas.
Happy to have you, bro.
Thank you. Name is Jeff Julian. Friends call me Slim. OGs call me Smooth.
Smooth.
That was smooth as hell.
You heard how he said that shit?
Hey, that was smooth as hell.
Smooth.
Bro.
Got anything to plug?
Oh, okay, I see what you did there.
He was like, hey.
Let's see. You said you guys are asking each other how you guys are doing.
Yeah, what's going on with you, Jeff? How you feeling?
I can't complain, brother. Brother Dante, I'm blessed beyond measure, man. You know, just being able to be here present with you guys.
You do it.
You know, I appreciate the invite to the show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever been at such peace, you know, within chaos.
Speak on that, please. There's so much chaos in this world.
Yeah, chaos is always going to exist, but it's very important to, you know, keep your mental on point at all times. And the way that I got into that point, or got into this point, is having a relationship with self. You know, detaching myself from society, you know, and their motives, understanding what works for you as a person. And I realized, you know, understanding my purpose, when I'm at my best, it impacts a greater playing field. So I try to keep myself in this state of mind at all times and just naturally allow things to process and what aligns to who I am as a person to come towards my way. So I don't force anything. You know, most of the time people try to tell you you got to be more aggressive, assertive, you know, in certain areas, but that's not my character. You know.
Yo, that's go ahead. I'm let you finish.
I stay.
Go ahead, drop that gem, bro.
Yeah, I stay in my lane. And it's worked out for me for the past, you know, God knows how long. You know, last year was a big year for me. Just being able to implement all characteristics that I was able to develop throughout my years in my life so far. I'm talking as if like I'm 50 years old.
That's it. Dante turning 45.
You feel me? It's wisdom. It's wisdom. That's why.
You know, but one thing I've always appreciated, you know, which I feel really bad for this generation as we speak, and we're going to attack on this.
Yeah, we gonna talk, y'all. Don't worry about that. We gonna get into some stuff.
I've always respected my OGs. My elders.
Facts.
You know, I've always seek and been open to learning. You know, we're not meant to be good at everything.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, just keep an open mind to always seek, you know, to better yourself every day. You know, whether if it's something minor, something great, like even just hearing your intro and you speaking on your acting and what you're working towards. I'm like, yo, I remember this guy like 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? The confidence, man, like, and how you just broke that down. I was like, yo, round of applause.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate that.
That's my dog.
And also my man right here, you know, Sean, you know what I'm saying? His versatility, you know. You know, I love the things that he's been working on, man. Me and him, you know, been keeping tabs, you know, from time to time, you know. But, you know, I'm just grateful to be here. You know, no complaints. You know, God is great.
All the time, baby.
All the time.
You know what I'm saying? So.
And it's good that you said there's no complaints, because I ain't gonna lie to you. There probably are some, but ain't nobody really listening. Like, it's a complaint for you, but it's not like a complaint to tell everybody else.
Yes.
Right? Like, I got some things where it's like, I'll complain to me. Like, you know, there's some things I should do better, or, dang, I can't believe I did that. But I don't, like, publicize it, because at the end of the day, it sounds terrible, but y'all probably understand. Not everybody really cares. Like, and it sounds bad, but that's true. The truth. You can complain, and some people like, oh, yeah, he doing bad. I like that. Yeah, keep complaining. So I try to keep my complaining to a minimum, not meaning that there's nothing to complain about. It's just, I'd rather keep that with me. Like you said, working on self. That's why when you said it, I was like, because listen, that's a word right there.
And like, there's no need to complain, even outside of the joke about me being in the Philippines. But my thing is, if you're going to complain, that means you want something to be different. And then you got to put action towards that. And if you're not putting the necessary action that's needed to fix those complaints,
if you got time to complain, you got time to fix it.
Exactly.
Like, let's be honest.
Exactly.
My favorite word is accountability. That is my favorite word.
We're gonna put that across the screen.
Accountability.
Spell it.
Yo, I look forward to taking accountability.
Yes.
Every opportunity, every chance that I can, man, I always take accountability. Why? Every time I take accountability, it takes me a step further to getting better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And speaking about getting better, we was talking about this offline. we want to dive into like who you are as a person, right? Not just not the exterior. You ain't got to get too deep, but like we've all kept up with each other over the years, right? I've seen you doing your thing, right? We was talking about this last week. I was like, yo, Jeff a sexy, flexy motherfucker.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
Up there like,
this episode is going to be the life and times of a sexy, flexy nigga.
But you, like, listen to his voice. Even the way he said it's like, yeah, y'all, my OGs call me this and I do this. And it's like, yo,
you gotta
it was
make it,
so
you gotta make it
smooth.
deeper, bro. You gotta make it deeper.
I gotta make my voice like this. My name is Jeff, y'all. But basically what I want to know is like, I know that you do things outside of like this, like it's outside of your daily routine, so to speak. So like, I know that I won't call you a workout head, but I know you're somebody like to keep in shape, keep up with your body, so to speak. So like, I want to know, because I have my ups and my downs. I'm not going to lie to you. I got my days where I'm like, yo, I'm going to the gym every day. I don't care what nobody say. And then there's days where it's like, yeah, that couch looking real good after
That's
work.
facts.
Like I ain't trying to do none of that stuff. So I want to know, like, from man to man, how do you keep that motivation to want to go to the gym or want to like better yourself or keep that determination for yourself?
Well, first, we got the cheat code as African Americans. We age slower.
Oh, yeah.
You know what
Talk
I'm
about
saying?
it. Age like wine, baby.
We age great.
Age like wine, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Let's look back in the past. Let me see the people or the entities that I used to look up to. You complimented my socks. I got on DBZ socks.
Yo,
right?
shout out DBZ, bro. Them socks is fire.
3 episode commit blast.
So my favorite anime of all time is DBZ, and my favorite character in anime history is Goku.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying. So I always kept this in mind, like his work ethic. People was always a big fan of Vegeta. Because of his pride and. He has like the typical egotistic, prideful mentality men have and carry. But myself, I've always seen the difference between my character and most men. Okay, I've always been laid back, but I've always wanted to be better for myself. I was always like, I look in the mirror, it's you against you. I never really was a hater. I really didn't care too much about what the next guy had, but I always made sure, like, just like that character Goku, I just wanted to be the best version of myself. So when it came to it, like, I focused on it. I was like, yo, you got to perfect this craft. It was hard. It was hard. A lot of injuries. Didn't know your style or your technique. But I always told myself, yo, you're going to figure it out. You just got to find your niche, right?
Yep.
And one thing that takes a man far is structure, and just being around, great upstanding men. And I want to give credit to them. My day one, my boy Ike, and it was just like always like, yo, this guy was fit, but it wasn't just about him being in shape. It was just how he handled everything. Being a father, being a married man. Financial. And I'm like, yo, I have no structure when it comes down to this fitness thing. I'm all over the place. Then we go back to my relationships. I kept falling off. I had to start over again. I lose 50 pounds, I gain back 60. You know what I'm saying?
Sound like me.
But this is where it goes back to the word accountability.
Thanks.
I can't get upset because of the relationships that I unfortunately was in, that I got complacent. I thought, she or, whoever was going to meet me halfway. But then I end up conforming. Then you lose yourself.
Facts.
Yo,
speak on it.
I love that word conforming too, bro.
That shit just hit my soul. I had to look at myself like,
he was like, oh.
Nah, because remember, there was a point in time where I was like, now I'm like,
but it's a good ad because I seen the impact, your current relationship, how amazing it is. I love seeing it. You'll get back that goal.
It's getting there.
But for me, it was just like I blew everything up going into 2021.
Okay.
You know, COVID.
Right after, I was about to say, right after quarantine, right?
Yeah. COVID humbled everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody.
Oh, yeah.
So
Shit is getting real.
So 2020, I was in Africa for about a month.
Okay.
Right?
Which country?
I was in Ghana.
Okay.
You know, my boys
Black Star, baby.
Shout out to
Yeah,
my
you feel
brothers,
me?
yo. They looked me out over there.
There you go, yo. Shout them out.
Yeah, so I was out there, and then there's a lot of downtime. See, you had to go where everybody else decided to go.
Okay.
So I ain't had no wit to just like get up and go, like, you know, the routines that we have here. So it was like a lot of downtime where you had to sit. There was no service. You know, sometimes the water was cut off. And as we were going through our journeys and like, you know, going about it, like I seen the joy of, you know, the African children, the little that they have. But I was like, damn, why do they seem like they're more happier than us?
Now you see why I said I can't complain at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah. We actually spoke on that last episode where we was talking about again, we getting ready for season 2 and stuff like that. So we coming out with some new stuff. And we talked about this last week about his trip to the Philippines and how like he saw that people were doing certain things and like they were just grateful to just be, so to speak. You know what I mean?
I'm an empath at heart. So
Likewise.
to see that in person for the first time and like, yo, for what we would think is nothing, to them is the world. Yeah. And they were just joyful as hell. And I'm sitting there like, yo, I literally have nothing to complain about.
Yeah, because when you think about what you complain about, it's all first world problems.
Facts.
It's, most of the things, I can't speak for everybody, but I know for myself, most of the things I complain about, for example, I got into a car accident. I'm still trying to get me a car right now. Dang, I ain't got a car, blah, blah, blah. Yo, bruh, some people don't even got jobs to need a car for, right? I need a car to get to my job.
You work in New York anyway.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I could take mass transit. I don't need a car. So it's like little things that I find myself complaining about. Like, for example, I don't care about like the newest systems, right? People will line up to buy the newest PS5, Xbox, whatever, Xbox One, the day that it drops. I am not built like that because for me, I'll look at it and go, wait, my PS4 still work, right? All right, I got some time. I don't need those kind of things. But it's like to what you said. You were out there in Ghana. Yo, I can't even just get in the car and dip. Like, I got to go with when the group goes. The group is doing something. I can't go until the group goes. Not for nothing, being here this whole time, you was probably like, yo, bro, but I'm just ready to go. Like, I don't want to have to wait for nobody else. It might not have been a big thing that you thought about, but it's a thought that crossed your mind. Like, yo, if I had my own stuff, I wouldn't even have to wait for nobody.
You know what
But
also...
you know,
go ahead.
Go ahead, Chad.
Nah, but you know, I was going to say, you know what also motivates me sometimes, because you speaking on anime, my favorite anime character is Ash Ketchum, you know?
That's you gotta share that.
He told me.
You just gotta wait for his reason first before I give him love. Cause I'm waiting for a whack joke to follow. That's the only reason why.
Ash told me. Ash didn't say, "Yo, I want to catch a little bit. I want to catch about 15 of them." Ash said he want to catch them all. So the fact that Ash wanted to catch them all, he was only 10, bruh. You gotta keep going. Yo. Ash almost got killed by Mewtwo, bruh, and he survived that shit. And what he out here still doing?
The tears.
What he out here still doing?
Catching them all.
Trying to catch them all.
Yo, I mean, if we, you know what? I'll respect that 110% because you're right. He was like, yo, I'll get my little Pokédex. He didn't even get to start a Pokemon. My boy had the reject Pikachu that nobody could control.
Annoying
right?
ass Pikachu.
But they were think about it on an even deeper level. That's like trying to control something that isn't supposed to be controlled. Because what happened? Ash was like, yo, Pikachu, do your thing. And then they became the best of friends. And he ain't try to control him. He ain't put him in the Pokeball. He ain't put him on a leash. Nothing. He was like, yo, Pikachu, do your thing, bro. I accept you for who you are. And you accept me for who I am. And they was the best of friends,
completely ignored the fact that Professor Oak was fucking his mom.
Yo!
He was. Hard. No cap. He was. But hard. To go back to what Dante said, you know, the concept of the show was about being a Pokemon master, right? Everybody for 25 years been trying to figure out what is the meaning to this concept. Everyone picked and choose. They assumed by winning leagues or catching every Pokemon. But like he said, he got the reject Pokemon. And he allowed him to be himself. So what made him, he was always a Pokemon master from the day he got Pikachu. Because it was always about value. impact, allowing somebody to be themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the opportunity, like, people don't ask you the right questions.
They don't. And if they do ask you the right questions, they don't really understand the answer that you're giving.
Exactly.
They like the fact that you said what you said because it sounds nice, but when they want to get to the root of it, it's like, oh, I still don't understand this person 100%.
Because the answer isn't what they were wanting to hear. So now it's forcing them to think outside of their norm.
And understand on a deeper level, not what they're used to. Because I've had a lot of friendships or whatever. Like, there's people that I was cool with when I was, like, in my early 20s because I thought they were my friends. Mm-hmm. And I realized they were just people that I like to party with. Exactly. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's no beef. We didn't have no beef or no fallout. It was just, like, y'all, I went through my phase of partying. I'm good. And those are not bad people to me. It's just those was my phase of people. But I understood after I, like, fell out, if you want to, that it wasn't that they're bad people. It's just they're not my people. Like, me and Sean, we don't got to see each other every day for us to be cool. We don't got to go. We don't got to go to a party every weekend for us to be cool.
Exactly.
That's my dog. That's my brother. All I got to do is hit him up and say, yo, bruh, you trying to go out this weekend? Nah, I can't. What you doing next weekend? Oh, I'm free. What's up? We could do it. It's no beef. It's no bad blood. But that's because I want to understand him. I've been misunderstood a lot. Mm-hmm. People who say things like, oh, no, but you're a nice guy. And I know that about myself. But what y'all don't know about me is, yeah, I'm a little messy. Yeah, but I care. I might be somebody who forgets things, but I remember the things that I'm supposed to. So I'll forget little things, but the big things, I always remember those.
Absolutely.
But people will look at the fact that, oh, you forgot that one thing. But it's like, but what about you don't care that I did the, all right, that's cool. And I have to accept that because that was my biggest thing when I was younger. Wanting people to understand me to the point where it's like, nah, you need to understand me. You need to. Nah, you don't. If you want to, you will. If you don't want to, I respect that too.
And the growth that I've watched all of our friend group have, like, people constantly ask us how the fuck did all of us stay so cool throughout the years. And even through our ups and downs, we beef at times, but nothing too serious. Like, it's, you gonna argue with your brothers. Like,
that's just gonna happen.
Shit. But I've always stayed close to these dudes because we don't just call it what it is. I don't come from much. So they were at a different level in life just off of what their families were compared to mine. They never threw that shit in my face, never made me feel indifferent from being around them. Dante used to come pick me up every fucking day.
That's like, my dog, bro.
And mind you, I was going to Union. I was living in Newark. Dante used to come get me every day.
Nah, Dante a good dude.
And I'm like, and he never asked me for nothing. Mm-hmm. When I started getting a little change, I'd throw it to him. He'd be like, nah, keep it.
Dead ass.
We'd go out. I'd be sitting there having fun, knowing I ain't got money like that. I ain't spending it. I ain't had to ask for it. Like, yo, you want that? Want that? And I'm like, yo, this is what family is. They brought me around. They took care of me. And I'm like, you know what? These my dogs. So even when we have our little spats, I never allow it to go further than what it has to be. And that's what keeps us centered. Like he said, I don't have to talk to Dante every day. Mm-hmm. Truth be told, like, there was before we started the podcast, there was a period we would literally go like every month and a half without talking. But as you get older, as you become an adult, you go through adult shit. Shit happens. You busy. We have jobs. We got girlfriends to worry about. Like,
we can't be up under you. Yo, what you doing today? What you doing today? Like, bro,
you can't do that shit. So,
I assume that you growing and you are experiencing life.
Fact.
My personal thing is, like you said, I'm an empath too. So for me to sit up here and go like, nah, let me hit him up and try to make time, and if he doesn't want to, I don't want to see him. I'm not kicking it with nobody. That's selfish. That's selfish and childish. Because it's like, how can you be mad at somebody for living their life? That's happened to me before. I'm sure it's happened to y'all too.
Yes, of course.
There's people who I have fallen out with, and I'll take the blame. I don't care. I'll be the bad guy. But I know in my heart, I ain't really do nothing.
So that brings me
to be warranted.
That brings me to an actual good question for you. Being that you're consistent and make sure that you set time apart for your gym time, has that affected your relationships, whether it's romantic or friendships?
Absolutely.
In which way?
Let's see. Relationships.
We talking friendships, family, lovers, whatever.
Well, I'm the only one in the household currently, in shape, and I have been for a while, and I never allowed that to discourage me. I just always wanted to be a step ahead of the game. And I seen how, like, no one was really, open to improving and being well-rounded.
Do you fat shame your family?
No. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Like I said, the objective is Jeff.
Okay.
I'll talk shit about myself before anybody.
That's that accountability you was talking about, man.
So for me, relationships, I've never actually dated a woman that actually worked out.
Never?
That's why I'm single.
Shit.
That's why I'm single. I didn't know that was very important.
Yeah.
I didn't know how important alignment was and is. That's why you guys worked out as friends. Even though you guys been friends for so long, you guys aligned with each other young. So regardless of what path you guys decided to take, you guys will always be connected, no matter what. Nothing would ever break that bond.
You my boy Blue.
So for me, that was a struggle. I didn't have that. And I tried to seek it in so many different fashions, so many different ways, whether it's through family, significant other, or relationship. And it was tough. So just like you said, I got tired of, always having to explain myself.
Bro, it gets annoying.
Yeah, and I could never capitalize on a conversation. As soon as before we even stepped foot in here, we chopped it up over there. We talked about the game plan. It flowed. You know what I'm saying? It flowed. And that's what I came to realization, as I said, when it came down to being in Africa. What made that trip so unique was the first time I realized I was like, yo, I got real brothers. These are my guys right here. Yo, you think about it, we've been to Miami, we've been to, several different places, trips, vacations. We don't drink.
At all?
Yo, most of the time we don't drink. We forget because we have such
y'all
a good
just
time.
having a genuine good time.
You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
We travel. We don't do none of the typical cliche. Ain't nobody chasing around no bird.
Popping bottles and VIP and all that.
Yeah, we don't do that.
I was telling Dante, I've been to Houston twice.
Yeah.
The first time I went, I know the environment of the people I was with.
That's when you went with your family.
Yeah. I had a family full of drinkers and partiers. So I knew the first time was going to be just that, drinking and partying. When we went back the second time, I brought my girl with me. We partied a little bit, but I told my cousin, I'm like, yo, we going to see shit. I felt like I was the first time we stayed longer, I was in Houston for 4 days, and all we did was go to clubs. That's not what I'm about anymore. When I go somewhere, I want to see what life is like. I'm of the mindset yo, let me see if I could potentially live here. So I want to see the town, and that's why most places I go to now, we seen shit. The last time we went to Vegas, we wasn't partying. We went hiking.
We went to the mountain ranges. Yeah. Yo, first of all, I'm a big hiker. I like going and being in nature.
Likewise.
And it's got nothing to do with, some people do hiking for different things.
This guy's a nut.
Yo, I'll show you. Matter of fact, I'll even show you the pictures,
listen,
bro.
I get anxious about certain shit. Dante's the type of dude who want to go on the mountain and sit on the edge of it.
No, he's dead serious too.
He loves life.
Nah, fuck that. I'm at the bottom. I'm at the bottom like his fucking father. Get off of it. Come down.
I'll even show you this one. I didn't do this with Sean, but this picture, and we could put it on the screen or something. This was the Grand Canyon.
That's amazing.
Where I'm at, the person who took this picture was they had to zoom in. I wasn't supposed to be down here.
I don't even want to see it because I'm getting anxious just looking
This one here was another one. Bro, my legs are over the edge in the middle of the basin. I wasn't supposed to be out there. But if it says don't go, I'm going to at least look. I'm a firm believer of travel the path that's least followed or least ventured.
When you on edges like that, your equilibrium don't be.
Bro, you know what it is though? I don't have a fear of heights or nothing like that, or nothing is testy for. I was literally walking on the edge because for me, it's like what Jeff said. Bro, I was just enjoying life. I've never been to the Grand Canyon.
My brother is playing Moses, man. He's a disciple, man. You gotta think about that, man.
I see.
Bro, and not for nothing, it's just those moments have happened to me more often time than not, and I didn't realize that it's a me thing as opposed to an overall thing. Me and my pops put me onto this. He's the reason why I do adventurous stuff. Ever since I was probably 5 or 6, my first adventure was through food. My dad gave me some chicken, let me eat it, and he was like, "It's good, right?" I was like, "Yo, this is delicious." He's like, "That's frog legs." I was like, "What?" Ever since then, I don't judge stuff just because of the way that it looks or what other people say about it. I've gone skydiving. I've gone, this guy's gonna make a whack joke. I've done the skeet shooting with like they pull and I shoot the gun. I don't shoot the animals and nothing like that. But this guy, I knew he was gonna do it. I've traveled by myself. I've gone to random trips to the. Yo, shut up!
But hold up. But that also goes to show you like his career field. Yeah. You know, to be an actor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's always in acting mode.
Facts.
Like, he doesn't know how to speak normal.
I don't. Yo, every time I come home from rehearsal, my girl be like, yo, you got your actor voice on. Because my octaves be up there, bro.
But that's unique, though. That is unique. And I wouldn't change it for the world.
Once upon a time.
But that's just how I am, bro. And it's because they actually got a point in time in my life, to your point about like just adventuring and like learning life. I'm in education, right? Mm-hmm. I used to do, I got a promotion, so now I do a little bit different than what I used to do, but I used to do like these coaching seminars.
Congratulations.
Appreciate that, brother. Mm-hmm. I used to do these coaching seminars, right? Mm-hmm. And one time a student, he was in like 6th grade, he asked me, he's like, Mr. Dante, because I let them call me by my first name. Mr. Burgess is my father. I'm Mr. Dante, right? Mm-hmm. So he was like, what do you do for fun? I was like, what? Yo, I don't know. Because this was at a different point in my life.
Okay.
I was really going through it where literally if it wasn't work related, it was what's my next step related. So my mind was always moving. So when he asked me that, it wasn't even on some like, hey, yo, it was more like, nah, yo, you right. I don't know what I do for fun. He was like, do you play video games? I'm like, yeah, but like, what have I done for my soul? And then I started reinvigorating myself, to your point, learning who I am.
He asked them the right questions.
And that question was like, yo, this is an 11-year-old kid asking me, an adult, what I do for fun. And my answer is, I don't know. Now I got to learn more. I got to get back into tune with Dante, because the answer should have been, oh, I do this, I do this, I do this. Now if you ask me that, oh, brother, the list is long.
That's amazing that God used that child as a vessel. And he spoke to you.
See?
And now you're Moses.
No.
He's right.
Everything comes full circle, man.
When you really actually think about it and let it process and reflect on things, like that's unique, you know. And we're actually 3 black men.
Yeah.
If you ask us the question, what is it that you love to do? What brings you joy? And we could actually express that. Huh? I've asked in the past 2 weeks.
14 days, y'all.
2 weeks. I've asked what that young man asked you. Mm-hmm. None of these people
could answer it.
But what they were so fixated on, they thought living was just what their career defined them as.
That.
That's that box. That's that box. You put yourself in that box, and then
and it was very disappointing, because I felt so bad. Because when they asked me the same question, I was ecstatic. I was like, I can't wait for y'all. I'm gonna break it down.
humble brag. I run 4 locations right now for the company I work with.
Shout out to that.
My God.
Over here running things.
Well, technically I run the whole state now. I just got
promoted.
Nice.
But every time I get into conversations with my teams, because I'm so much younger than most of the people that work for me, they're constantly asking, like, you always upbeat. Even when I tell you guys, like, damn, work was a lot, they're like, you're not stressing about it. Because I tell them at the end of the day, if I kill over, this company don't give a fuck about that. They're going to find somebody to replace me.
They're going to fill that seat.
Like, they might send some flowers to my family. You think my boss going to come to my funeral? No. So my thing is, yes, that's my money making machine. I'm living my life. If I come to work and I'm being light with y'all, that's because y'all need to understand that people naturally work better when they're free of mind and there's not that much stress and pressure. Yes, we work in business, so there's a business to run, but I want y'all to be at complete peace with yourselves, because then for me, I can be able to work with y'all more, because then you're not going to bring outside stress into the business. Mm-hmm. And we can focus on the task at hand and do all that. So just how I'm loose on the show and I make my little stupid ass jokes, I'm like that at work. Some of the older ones, they like, all right, LaShawn. But I'm like,
That's because my brother's avoiding projection. He's not beat for y'all.
Yeah, I'm not. Because people have a really bad habit of doing that. Don't project your shit onto me.
No.
Because I deal with enough shit on my own, and I didn't process that shit correctly before. But now I'm of a mindset now to where like my peace is everything. So I'm an empath at heart, so I know if you put it on me, I'm going to take it. And even if I don't want it, it's going to hit me. I'm like, yo, don't. Like, that's why I tell people all the time, like, my girlfriend gets pissed off at me all the time. Like I said earlier, if we complaining about something, I give you a suggestion. Let's do some actions. Let's take some action to try to fix those issues. If it's just a constant you talking about the same thing, you're not putting nothing towards it, that's going to begin to bother me because now what you're feeling is going to be on me. I got to go about my day worrying about how you feeling.
Yeah.
And we already naturally do that in a relationship. So now that's outside of the relationship. Now I'm like, damn, you're right. Like, and now it's affecting my shit. So, like you said, you have to remember at the end of the day, your life can't be work or was confined to your career. That's why I started doing a lot of shit that I wanted to do. I used to think I was going to be a professional bowler growing up.
That's cool.
So I got out of it, but now I'm back into bowling.
That's cool.
What's for you is always going to be for you.
Exactly.
That's just going. That's a fact.
We started a podcast. I got some shit to talk
You
about.
still play flag?
Yeah, I still play flag football.
Yo, come on, man.
Let's go, baby. Shout out to the Hitman, baby.
Jeff, like, yo, stop selling yourself short, man.
So, but that's my thing. I got to a point where I'm like, you know what? If I want to do it, there's nothing really stopping me from doing it. So I'm gonna just do this shit.
What's the worst that happens? You fail.
Yeah.
And let's be real. Failure is part of the success because there's nobody who's successful that goes like, yo, everything worked when I did it.
But failure is self-doubt. Failure is when you tell yourself, should you not do it?
Because failure is a perspective.
Yeah.
Because you could literally stumble. That's not failing. That's just stumbling.
Exactly.
Jeff's on the money with that. It's all about perspective.
That's some real
Come on,
shit.
giving fear to the devil, man.
That's it.
Amen.
Amen.
But like it, I just people need to develop that mindset that their peace is first. Like I tell my family that, like I love y'all, but I can love y'all from afar. If y'all going to destroy my peace, I'm staying away from it.
Yeah, because Jeff, I got a question.
What's up?
What led you? Because I can't speak for Sean. I can speak for myself.
Okay.
I know what led me to go down the journey of finding out more of who Dante is. Like, you don't got to tell us, like, everything that led to it. We all have defining moments that make you go, nah, enough's enough. Right? When did it... You don't have to tell me the event, but, like, when did it happen for you where you was like, you know what? It's not a selfish thing for me to come first, but I want to make sure I'm good.
Oh, that was tough because that was last year. That happened last year.
Okay.
And, so it's recent.
It's recent.
But before I break that down, I want to give you both your flowers. One thing I used to question, and then once I got to a place to realize how unique you guys are as individual men, I remember when you first started growing out your hair. You had that Shakespeare look going. And it was just like, dang, he's not like everybody else. Or when you would be in the office by your cubicle with those loud ass blazers. And the shoes.
They hated that shit, bro.
But
they hated that
these
shit.
guys were themselves.
Facts.
And I was like, yo, that is a beautiful thing because different is amazing. Why the heck would I want these guys to not be what they're representing?
That's some funny shit. They used to always complain
because
about
because they don't have the courage that you do, man.
There it goes.
They don't even know who they are, but you do.
I do. Always.
And once you got the opportunity and overcame y'all adversities and y'all were able to display your character, it made them feel uncomfortable.
Yo, clap it up for us, baby.
Man, shout out to you guys, man.
About, baby.
I appreciate you, brothers, yo. Big time, man.
We appreciate you too, big
man.
That's
dog.
some real shit.
Yo.
Listen, that's why I left that company, bro. I used to, like, my thing was, it used to just be so fucking stale in that office. I'm like, let me liven this shit up. I got all these clothes, and I only get to wear them when we go out, but I don't go out that much, so let me wear this shit to work.
Man. It's the same thing when people critique me when I go to the gym and then I wear, probably the latest pair of shoes or something like that.
I saw your ass working out some ones before. I'm like, yo, them shit's expensive as fuck.
This is clean.
I'm like,
let me tell you something, man.
He creasing the shit out.
Let me tell you
squats and shit.
Let me tell you something, yo. If we go tomorrow, do they go with you?
Speak on it.
Let
No,
me tell you
they
something.
don't.
At the end of the day, I paid for it. I'm going to rock it. In the 80s, they dunked with them on their feet.
Speak on it.
So what I look like putting a materialistic object that I chose to purchase over me.
That's real shit.
So let me tell you something,
That's
man.
real. That's real, brother.
Welcome to the Deep Brothers podcast.
That's real, bro.
Yeah, and back to Dante's question. When I finally surrendered, huh?
Yeah. When you said, you know what, I ain't trying to do what y'all want me to do. I'm gonna do what Jeff want to do.
I'm gonna keep it transparent with you guys. You know, it's a good safe place, right?
Oh yeah, this is a safe space right here, bro.
We got you anyway.
The
scholars rock with us, so they rock with you.
Yes, sir.
It had for me to actually fall in love with a special woman.
Okay.
And failing. And what I mean by failure is, okay, I'm about to say my favorite line, accountability.
Accountability. Full circle, y'all. Full circle.
So,
I'm gonna look at every camera. Accountability. Accountability.
So when you're searching for yourself and you like I said, the Africa trip was a big ordeal for me. As I said, I sat there and I watched them having so little. And I was like, yo, they actually are more normal than us.
Big facts.
You know, and
big facts.
And I came back to Jersey like lost.
Yo, I thought it was just me.
Yo, I came back lost. Like I was confused. I was like, I was out there and we was ecstatic about eating bread and drinking Sprite. I'm here. I'm complaining about Uber Eats.
Like this fucking DoorDash, this delivery fee is too much money.
The burger like $20.
It's like you working in the city. Why you complaining about a car? Like, so I'm like, yo, these society problems is different.
That
so
shit is real, bro.
I started like, yo, I'm
That's real
conflicted.
stuff right there.
I'm conflicted with it. Like now I got genuine brotherhood with genuine friends that I've always searched for. I've gone to a country, not to say that I haven't traveled before then, but the difference between this travel, I wasn't in a resort. So I was out here seeing.
You was in the
motherland.
motherland.
I was in the motherlands, bro.
Yeah.
Like yo, like I had no water sometimes, man. Like I had to wash my ass one time with a bottle of water.
Hey,
yo, it was a struggle. So coming back here, I was like, yo, is there ever going to be a woman that's going to, meet me here? And I thought I was prepared for that. So God sends the girl.
Child was like, be careful what you ask for. So I'm going to
got
give it to you.
I said that shit.
I'm going to give it to you.
So I got it. So I got her. And when you date a woman who cheers for you.
Speak on it.
And you're not accustomed of ever been cheered about who you are as a person, which you could relate.
I could relate to that, absolutely.
First, it was very uncomfortable.
It's fun.
I know that feeling, bro.
It's like, what do you see?
Yo! Let me tell you how I thought I was crazy for thinking that.
Yo, before we even drop the episode, I'm taking this video home. Like, I said this shit to you. Because, she called me out on it. When we had our girls up there, I said to her, I'm like, yo, I've never experienced it. So
that's why it brought me joy seeing you live.
Yeah.
Yo, that's why the point that before we got into the room, like, I'm so happy the relationship that you had.
And Jeff said this off camera, y'all. He ain't faking the funk, bro.
So when I root for my brothers, one thing that's an obligation for me weekly, 85% of my boys are married. You heard that? 85% of my boys are married or in healthy relationships. And I make sure and I tell them every day, if you don't make sure your foundation at home is taken care of and protected, you're doing a disservice to me as a friend, and I won't mess with you no more.
Dang, talk about accountability, bro.
Oh my God, preach.
Preach, preacher.
I don't want none of your success. I don't want none of your money. I don't want none of that garbage. But I want you to make sure if I do ask you these questions every time I see you, how's your mental? How's your foundation? You better respond, keep it genuine, keep it real, and it better not be no bullshit.
They're straight like that.
Because let me tell you something, man. It's a skill to be a friend. Okay? Just like communication. Communication you still have to work on it because it stems from so many different directions. It's not one form of communication.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And do you have the ability to actually listen? Listening is another skill set that you have to improve on too. And that was the thing that I realized that, I kept reflecting and playing victim because of my relationships in the past not working out. And then I finally found a woman that actually poured into me. But when it was for me to give 100%, because I chose to give 50 because of the traumas that you thought you ran away from, but you never actually faced them.
Because they still there.
Bro, that shit just
they
hit
still
me
in your heart. They still in your mind.
Like, and you don't realize how.
I'm sweating. That shit just hit me in my soul.
Nah, because it hurts really thinking about it, even till this day. Even though I healed from the situation, it's just like she knew something about me that I wasn't aware of at that time. And she brought all her pain and hurt to my presence. And if it was me today and she brought that, man, that shit would have been cakewalk. You know what I'm saying? And it triggered all the things that I left her. I left her several times. I was a great boyfriend. But there was things behind the scenes that I wish I could have done different. Right?
Absolutely.
I wasn't perfect.
None of us are better.
And I'm never so fixated on how that person should have been. I focus on where does Jeff need to improve. And that's why I've always been a step ahead of the game. When people ask me, like, why is this cat so smooth? Why is this cat so fly? The key thing is staying.
Sexy flexing.
Yeah, I was about to say, even how he described this whole thing, it's like, dang, this nigga smooth,
Let me tell
bro.
you something, man.
This dude is smooth, bro.
The key thing I tell everybody, stay in your lane.
That's
Big
it.
time.
You
That's
know
it.
who you are. I'm always going to coach you guys to be you. I don't want you to be Jeff. I want you to always be the best Dante. Same thing, Sean. I want you to be the best version of yourself, and it's very important for you guys to be you guys to impact our culture because you guys are culture. You know? And
Talk on it, baby.
Speak
Yes,
on it.
sir.
Speak on it, God.
And when I broke the situation off in 2021, and then I went to work on my weaknesses. But at the same token, working on these weaknesses, you forget you're hurting this person. So you got to think about it. You may have the abilities to mentally detach yourself to go focus on your objective, that Goku shit, that Goku mindset. You know what I'm saying? But he has to have that mindset to always protect the what? The world. So I didn't leave you to go get another chick. I didn't leave you to be outside. I left you to work on my flaws because I couldn't do it within that chaos. I needed to be at peace. So I applied myself. I tapped in. I focused. Then when I came back, I was like, I'm ready. But you forgot the destruction that you caused and how mentally that messed her up. So who the fuck was my entitled ass to come? Well, I'm ready.
She was like,
what? And fellas, my black ass came back skipping.
I'm ready. Hold on.
I'm ready, right?
happy ass.
So she already like mentally. She like, you gonna pay, boy? So at the time, who decided to play victim all of a sudden?
Was it you?
Of course. Of course.
But I'm ready. Come on.
But I'm ready. so you comparing yourself to, and this is where I got out of character. I said stay in your lane, right? I started being a little bitch. I started comparing myself to other guys that did worse shit. And not focus on what's your worst shit done to that specific person. But you didn't realize I didn't know my value and how it may have impacted that person. I don't know what it's like to get attention from being, from
Just
Jeff.
being you.
I just being me. So I realized that when I was separating myself from people that I needed to separate myself from and how that affected them. And I was like, damn, I was a big ordeal, you know? but I'm so humble.
Felt. 100%.
I'm humble and I'm a very selfless person. So me being genuinely myself, I didn't know it was going to be like me even working out. I didn't think people were watching me. I just made sure it was just like, yo, focus on you and getting better.
Bro, I'll tell you this, and I'm going to always tell you this to your face. 2017, I've spoken on it plenty of times. I got diagnosed with depression in 2017. I started peeping your workout videos, and I swear to you, every time I would get to points where I'm like, yo, I'm down. I don't feel like doing it. It's like Instagram knew. Your shit would pop up on my feed. I'm like, man, Jeff out here getting this shit, bro. I'm like, let me just go to the gym, and I work out, and I be okay. Like, I just, like, you know Alan.
Mm-hmm, of course.
Stacks. Shout out to Stacks.
Come on, man.
Shout out Stacks.
Stacks
My
had,
guy, yo.
All day, all day.
Stacks had me in the best shape I was ever in my life. And as much, and I'll be real about this, Stacks didn't probably understand what I was going through mentally because he's never experienced it. I used to be mad at him for it, but that's not his, like...
He was just trying to get you right.
Exactly.
That's
and
it.
in his mindset, the working out helped him so much mentally, it could do the same for you.
Mm-hmm.
So that was his way of trying to help me, and I had to understand that. So between the two of y'all, that was the push, bro. I was...
What?
You remember that shit, bro.
Hey, man, I like giving people their flowers, too. Let me tell you guys something about Sean, right? I used to hit this... I was at this plateau where I just, like, stayed... I couldn't even hit 315.
Mm-hmm.
This guy does not work out like that. My man right here. This was the most disrespectful shit I've ever seen.
I know what you about to get at.
This guy played flag football during the summer, right? Now I watch his lifestyle. This guy goes to the gym. I'm like, yo, I fail every day on 315. This guy decides to post a video. Like, this guy hit like 3-4 reps. Or what the fuck am I doing? yo, this got to be some football playing ass nigga shit.
That's the mistake people make. I don't go to the gym as much, but I make
I'm
sure
like,
I get
this
the chest
guy's
workout.
strong as hell.
You always get that chest workout going.
And that's why his ego, and I'm gonna call it. He like, yo, he figures. Sean's like, yo, I'm always ready. So that's why he's never like as motivated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so he'll go lose weight. Then after that, you see him dancing in his little tight ass suit. Then the boy goes and gain weight again. And I'm still out here busting my ass trying to hit 315 for one.
Sway.
Yo, listen.
Hey, yo. But when I figured it out, it's
going to be a different episode.
Listen. Oh, man,
I
bro.
figured it out because I stayed in my lane,
That's
man.
it. That's it. You did what Jeff needed to do for Jeff.
Exactly. Like, some people just different beasts, man.
Listen, we all got people pushing us. As much as you say I was pushing you, Yums, shout out to my boy Yums.
Yo, listen.
Yums always fucking with us like he chest guy, and I be getting mad because every time I'm like, yo, I'm bigger than this nigga. I can't. And then we had a challenge one day. We were just like, yo, we're not gonna work out. We just gonna put as much weight on the bench we could possibly lift. We got to 365, and I'm thinking, yo, I got this nigga. Here's why I fucked up at. That's why he.
Oh, I know this
that's
story.
Why Jeff
I know this
Jeff's
story.
like,
You pulled the Vegeta stunt, huh?
Jeff like, stay in your lane. Mind you, we only doing one rep. We got 365. I lifted it up so easy. I looked down and went and put up another one.
I remember that. I remember this story, yo.
Not mentally thinking, you just tired yourself out, you fucking idiot. So we go up I think we got the 410. He looks at me, the same stunt I pulled on 365, he pulls on 410.
Wow.
410 is crazy, bro.
Hits a third one.
Hits a third?
Hits a third one.
Yo, this story, when I first heard it, was wild,
So
bro.
I'm like, oh, fuck that. I got this. When I tell you I couldn't lift that shit off the fucking lifts, I'm like,
You got humble.
You got to do, I
got
forgot what
humble.
movie.
He got humble because what you
I was like,
not,
yo, pull that shit. I'm like, yo, I can't lift this
no,
shit.
what you not realizing, he was already observing like the
Yes.
momentum from the process.
Uh-huh.
So he sees what you can't because you're so in your what? Your head.
Yo, and
He was like, oh, he about to 365. You gonna do that? I mean, I know what's going to happen, but let's see if you got it in you.
Yo,
Nah, but I also got to give credit to this guy right here that's sitting next to me too,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Dante, his abilities to articulate is amazing. To see it in action,
Yo, the craziest part about it, bro. Like I say this to literally every person that says something about the way I articulate, the way I speak. I'm starting to see it now. But for example, when I was doing the coaching, doing the teaching, the education, and everything, I was the top presenter, as they call it, the top coach. People couldn't beat me out no matter how hard they tried. People would go to the classes after me. The students would be like, "Nah, where's Dante though? Like, we want to see Dante." And I never understood the hype until I talked to my sister. My sister basically broke down what I didn't see for myself because it's me. Like, I'm doing it. She goes, the way that you present yourself is not how everybody presents themselves. You don't act like you know everything, but there's some shit that you know.
it just can't hang.
And I was like, but what do you mean? To this day, I don't fully comprehend it because I'm just being Dante. So when people say like, yo, that was so dope that you did, thank you. Like, it's just a humbling experience because I don't want to come off as like this arrogant dude, but I hand to God, I legit don't see everything that everybody else sees. I just be being Dante.
Because you're not blocking your blessings. And the thing is, you're trusting in your process, you're trusting in self. And that's just your purpose. That's what you were just meant to be great at. And people are not going to give you the credit that you do behind the scenes. You apply yourself. You make sure that you put in the studies to being able to present what you present.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So what it is, and what they really seriously want to tell you is, I can't keep up with you in conversation.
I love that. And it's not for nothing. It's just I've always been a dude who likes to talk. I don't like to talk just to hear myself speak. I like having genuine conversations. I tell this to Sean all the time. Like, I can have those whole, like, yeah, it's cold outside conversations, those meaningless conversations.
That would be you holding back. I know
You
how
know
that
what I'm
feels,
saying?
man.
It's cool outside.
Like, but it's the same thing. Like, stepping foot in here, we haven't seen each other. We didn't get the privilege to actually have a conversation.
You know what I'm saying?
It's been like, 15 years?
It's been a minute, bro.
And then, and also with you, Sean, we never got the chance to actually interact.
Facts.
So you guys only know what you guys see on the gram. So even when we started having a conversation before we stepped foot in this room, you guys look at me like, yo, what the hell did
Jeff was dropping. Yo, you know what we need to start doing, bro? We need to start doing lives before we shoot because Jeff was dropping gems, and we ain't even start shooting yet.
I ain't gonna bring up that only time that, and it's not good on my part. Most of the time I interact with Jeff is when he posting a workout video, and it's always some thick white girl trying to jump in the background.
Nah, that ain't cat. That ain't cat.
Yo, every time he posts a video or story, just look at the background. They just for no reason at all, just come into the camera.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something, man. It's a privilege and an honor. Shout out to all the baddies that chase me around the gym. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I keep working hard for y'all.
So, so that leads me to my last question. So you spoke on how you learning yourself and you had the learning lesson with your last relationship. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you're at a point right now that you could start dating again?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm best suited ever.
Jeff found Jeff.
He ready to mingle.
Let me tell
Jeff
you something.
found Jeff, y'all.
No discredit to my past life, but I was a little too soft, and I was just trying to figure me out. The hardest thing, and where a lot of relationships fail, both men and women, you try to figure yourself out, and you may end up, keeping the relationship stagnant. You're
so busy worried about yourself.
Exactly, and then you do a lot of self as objectives, and you don't realize until the damage be done. So for me, it was just like, okay, it's been almost 2 years now since I've been single, and I got that far last year. So last year was it was an important year. It was to implement and understanding who Jeff is and bring all those components to one. Right? So like understanding that, yo, bro, you like fashion. You like, having conversation with people at highest form. Like my man Dante. You know what I'm saying? You like being funny and goofy and dancing. It's like my man Sean, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta be out here. Don't let Suavemente go.
So you gotta get to a point where you gotta stop allowing people to tell you or define who you are.
Big facts.
You gotta set the tone and let it be known.
Yes, sir.
You know yourself better than anybody, right? So that one, last year was figuring out who Jeff Julian is, and when I got I shout out to all the people that impact me, they gave me the privilege and the opportunity to express my feelings. That's one thing I've never been afraid of is expressing my truth. A lot of times, most of the time, people shy away from, saying how they really feel or what they're going through mentally. I embrace depression. Me and him always had a great relationship because I always had a safe place where, all right, we could sit here and mope. We could sit here and act sad. You know what I'm saying? But, yo, we that nigga. Straight like that. Yo, why not embrace it? Everybody had one point of their life you were sad or you were depressed about something. Why run away from it? It's part of you.
Listen. And then you realize, yo, I'm really that guy.
You really that guy.
I'm that dude, bro.
And then you let it process all the things that you've accomplished, all the things you persevered. You know what I'm saying? The smiles you put on people's face, your capabilities. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, yo, oh shit. Then you start comprehending what people see.
Yeah.
Like I used to shy away from my capabilities. 2019 was the year where I told myself, I talked to God. I was like, yo, I read the Bible. I'm big on that. And I asked God to make me normal. I was like, yo, why I got to think the way that I think? Why do I have to always be questioned for being who I am and who I choose to be? Yo, why am I so observant? Why do I feel people who are sad?
This is
why am I able to acknowledge those who are in turmoil and ask them questions, and when I actually start engaging in conversation with them, they just stare at me. Am I crazy? Am I stupid? Why can't I be a fuckboy? Why can't I dog women? Why do I have to choose to be Prince Charming? That was always why my relationship failed. It was like I always tried to be Prince Charming.
He's spitting,
what I'm saying? My idol growing up in the 90s was Stephon Arkell. That was my guy.
Shout out to SK.
Denzel Washington, yo.
But look, listen, we're going to wrap it up. Episode,
damn, yo, I had a great time.
I appreciate. Listen, before we go,
time goes by, brother. Time flies,
before we go again, man, plug
all your stuff in there, bro.
Let everybody know where to follow
everything you're doing.
Go ahead, Jeff. Let everybody know.
Follow me on at Smooth Slim.
Yes.
3 underscores before Slim.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So, and also the merch, Get Home Safe, at Get Home Safe.
I see that.
My man Dwight, this is about mental health within the black community. Happy birthday, shout out to you.
Happy birthday, Dwight.
Happy
birthday, bro.
And I just want us to give a shout out to everybody. I love you.
That's real shit. Clap it up for that.
So, scholars, we get to the end of our wonderful episode. We had our wonderful guest, Jeff, on the show with us today. So, our good brother right here. Y'all hear him dropping gems all day. We had us a good time, but already know we getting to the end. So, no talent beats.
Play us out.
Let's go.
No talent beats.